It's Pastor Israel here with the legendary and iconic Pastor Lungi, and we're just going to be having a live discussion on the pressures of church conference in terms of when churches are hosting conferences, what are the challenges we face, the things we go through, the difficulties, the ups, the downs, and just generally the pressure that people experience when they're organizing a church conference. First and foremost, how was your conference?
My conference was good, man. I had a great one. I think we had an awesome conference, and I just want to appreciate all the people that really supported us and that came through, and really all our pastor friends and you, man. Thank you so much for coming to be a blessing to us, and what an incredible word that you preached for us, and I really thank God for your gift. Yeah.
No, thank you so much. I mean, the conference was amazing. The night that I was there, I noticed something which made me very jealous. The smoke machine. We don't have one yet. Where did you get that? When did you get it?
No, we got it. Actually, one of our guys as well. I did tell them that I need an effect on the stage, and the guys in the sound department had to organize that for us. So yeah, they made it. I think it had a very good effect.
No, they had a very good effect. I wish you put some smoke when I was coming up to preach, and folks would really appreciate that. So let's talk about two things.
Yeah.
Organizing the concert and organizing the conference. Which one was harder in your view?
Yeah. I think both were hard, but I think church was quite hard. Church is quite hard because when you do a DVD production like that, you usually hire suppliers. Okay. So I think the biggest thing that you should have is have money. But in church you should have people and money. So when it comes to an event like a DVD recording, for me I felt once you have the best production teams with you, then it becomes easy because all you have to do is pay for that service. But in church, even if you have the money, you don't pay for ushering. You don't pay for protocol.
Sure.
You still need people who are going to be there and to do the work. So I think for me, church, on its own as a voluntary organization,
it's very difficult.
Very difficult.
Very difficult. And in terms of, the first night of conference, I'm a visitor. And I know what it's like when you're visiting a conference, you're not the person who's organized anything. You're just coming in. You're coming in to preach, and it feels so good to be a guest speaker because you're just walking in.
I wish I was a guest speaker.
So I was on our side. Our first night is always the toughest night.
Yeah.
The first night is always, that's what we're doing. A lot of challenges, getting things together. You're nervous, and you're wondering, man, what's going to happen tonight? What was your first night like?
Yeah, my first night, I think, let me say, the entire conference. I think the first night is always the anticipation. More importantly, it's will the service be going very well? Mm-hmm. You look into terms of your praise and worship, the running of the program. I think also more importantly, I think people don't really realize that when you organize a conference, one of the biggest stress that you have is, are people going to come? It's the people factor. And I think for me, that's what I experienced, the people factor, where you ask yourself, it's the first day, it's the first night, I've got a guest speaker, are the people going to come? And I think for me, by God's grace, we saw a very good turnout.
The turnout was amazing.
The turnout was great. So, and I want to say, I think that was one element.
Yeah.
But I think also I had to look outside at the parking, the process of coming from the gate, into the building. I looked into those things.
No, the process was, for my experience, was excellent. The parking system, everybody parked. I felt safe leaving my car there.
Yeah.
Sometimes you go into certain environments, you don't know if you're going to find your car back, because there's nobody guarding, there's nobody overlooking, and that was just awesome. And the kitchen, who manages your kitchen? The food was, you made pap look like sushi. So I want to know who's in charge of your kitchen.
Well, we have a team that really works together with my wife, but we do have ladies in our church who really are are doing an amazing job. I think I would say even one of our key people that really does do a lot of the work is Sis Nono. We have a lady not just called Sis Nono Ndwasa. Then there's also Mrs. Baloi. There's my wife. I don't know. There's a lot of our ladies there. Whom I could
So
single
are
out.
they cooking like every day?
They cook every day. They cook every day.
That's pressure.
It's pressure, and I think I
And
want
every
to
day different menu. Or
every day different menu and every day different setup. And I just
different
want,
setup.
yeah, you know, and I just want to acknowledge them as well for the great work that they've done in making sure that our conference has that kind of level of standard. And I think it's also important that after the service, we really consistently keep the standard. You know, so they really do a great job. And I think, like you said, I also was shocked by the pub.
Yes.
Which had
It looked like sushi. For my first time to see pub that looks like sushi. And another issue is, okay, what times are you guys leaving the church every day?
Sure. We left very late. We left very, very late. We left very, very late. I mean, service would normally come out at around 9:30, and I think some of the last guys to leave would leave at 12. And I want to applaud some of our guys because they were still going to work. Some of them were still going to turn up for work, but they were willing to wait. I mean, we had to serve our guests who were in the dining hall. We had to wait for them. I'm sure you saw our protocol guys waiting for people to finish, and then that's when they will start packing. And sometimes we'll pack and get ready for the following day. So we wouldn't come in the morning. We'll make sure before we leave the venue, everything is ready for tomorrow.
Man, that's crazy. So you wouldn't like come in the next day like clean and stuff and set up?
No, wouldn't do that.
Same day, same night. So leaving fast midnight.
If you leave the hall in an excellent way, leave the hall perfectly. So.
Man, what was like your number one pressure in the conference?
I think I said it was the Israel, you know.
Because I know there's another pressure in a conference people don't understand. The pressure of hosting people.
Yeah.
The speakers, the pressure of when a preacher arrives, you know.
Yeah.
Managing them. There's an anxiety which comes
very,
with it,
very
you
much
know,
so.
where you're like, okay, I gotta make sure the speaker is picked up or they are taken care of or they're not now seeing me as a goofy host.
Not true. I think for me, what's important as well is there are certain speakers. I mean, like for the first time, I was hosting Dr. Elijah for the first time, and I mean he's an icon, you know, in our country, and he's quite a very, very, very dynamic leader. So to host such a person, for me was you know
stressful.
Was very, very. I mean, when I saw him walking into my office, I saw him walk into my office. I'm like, my God.
No, people don't understand.
This man is here. I don't even know what to say. You know, you don't know how to greet.
Yeah, you don't know how to greet. You don't know how to. Okay.
You know.
Should I now go inside and wait for them to come? Should I walk in with them? Should I, should I choose the right seat?
I'm telling you. I had to find myself. I mean, and some of them, you know, when they come in and you greet them and say, good evening, sir, and he says, hi, I'm Elijah. and you're like, okay.
You're like, oh God, I can't believe it. You know, because hosting conferences is very, very, there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
And there's a spiritual dynamic. There's spiritual warfare before the conference.
Yeah.
There's warfare during the conference.
Yeah.
Then there's warfare after.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
it's 3 dimensions of warfare where you go to, you know. You think that after we're done, the storm is over.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, the devil really begins attacking. Now that it's over.
There's
more pressure.
There's more pressure because there's a level that you've probably done things. And I think for me, one of the things I've always said in church, and I think that's one of the things that we make an error or a mistake as churches, is to elevate the event more than elevate the culture.
Oh.
Right?
Don't make me run, man.
So the problem is a lot of us, we elevate the event and not the culture. So that's why you find that after the experience of the event, we struggle to have the experience again because it's not part of our culture.
Shut up.
It was just an event that we're doing. You see, and I think for me that's where the struggle is. Whether it was coming to church on time, attending all the nights, and how to sustain that in our normal church day-to-day life becomes the very big spiritual warfare.
Yes,
You
yes,
know?
yes. I know you just blow my mind there.
So I think for me that's what I've realized. That apart from us having a conference, what kind of a culture have we been creating all along to be able to sustain that? And I think you know very well. Probably one of the aspects that I would take away from the conference was our praise and worship. What we did at the conference, what we do every Sunday. Maybe the pap and the sushi might not be done, but there's certain elements that I would have said to the guys, let's make it a culture. And let's keep that culture, sustain that culture.
Oh, you can write a book on it. That's an incredible principle because in the world of sports, there's what different athletes turn the light on for certain games. So, for example, if I'm playing a weak soccer team, I'm not gonna be that engaged. But if I'm playing like a big team, a big game, I'm gonna switch on the switch and put in my best, but not against the small team because I'm like this team. So what happens now is if you've got that culture that only for big events do we put our best foot forward. But if you can make that event your every Sunday, if every Sunday is a conference, every Sunday is a concert, if that same level of seriousness is applied, man, you're on the road to mega church.
You're gone. I think
because if you go to any of these mega churches, every Sunday is like a conference.
It's like you're having a live DVD recording
every Sunday.
And I think that's where we should be pushing the boundaries of our excellence. To the point where I could capture a service on Sunday, I could capture your praise and worship and go sell that thing as a DVD.
Sure.
And I think that's what we should be pushing for.
Yeah.
We should be pushing to those levels and making sure that we really get a culture of excellence. And I think one of the things I want to talk about, and I spoke to the guys in our church, part of organizing conference is finances. All right? It's finances. It's making sure that there's enough money that you're able to do what you need to do. But I think that aspect of organizing or fundraising for conference sits at the small church level. I've been exposed to certain big churches, and when they've done their whole conferences, they don't go through a fundraising drive because there's enough cash flow that allows them to, at any given point in time, they can run a conference. And small church is fundraising. Big church is not fundraising. Big church is the culture of giving. It's part of the budget. It is the culture of giving is so entrenched. There's quite a basket that people are able to work from. And that's where we need to be driving as well.
That's what we need to be driving to, because you want to come to that level where because sometimes our conferences are a reaction of our resources.
True.
So, so for example, let me just say, guest artists. There's tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. In terms of cost. To get someone like Ntokozo Mambo. That's a tier 1. That's a high net worth invoice. She ain't come to sing just because she likes it. It's a career. And when you don't have the resources, though you wanted her, so you get what you can afford. So the difficulty becomes, is my conference now a reaction to my resources or a reflection of my faith? Am I bringing what my faith can bring, or am I reacting to my resources? That I've got limited resources, so because I've got limited resources, I can only do 2 days. I would have loved to do 4 days. Or because I've got limited resources, I would have loved to have Dr. Mensa Otabil. But I'll just have to preach every night because I can't even afford a guest speaker, So it's balancing that thing between resources and faith. And that's why we have to believe God. In ministry, we have to believe God for divine provision. Significant divine provision. Because you want to be at the level where you're able to bring who you want, not who you can.
Who you can afford.
You bring in who you want, not who you can.
Yeah.
And a lot of us in ministry are stuck in that world where we do what we can, not what we want.
In actual fact, it is, let's call it the small church.
Yeah, the small church world.
Or middle church.
Yeah, small church, middle church world.
That's where you look into your budget, and your budget tells you what you can do.
Yes.
Right? But mega churches and big churches don't do that.
Yes.
The budget tells them, listen, man, you have it's a blank check.
They sit and say, what's the vision of this conference? And these are the kind of gifts you need.
I mean, no, wait. You just showed me a video of Hillsong,
Yes.
the conference.
Yes.
And I made a comment about their stage. That stage on its own, I don't think that stage on its own, it costed them less than R1 million to build that stage. Just that stage. So, and they're able to push those kind of conferences at that kind of level because there's a particular budget. So if you're thinking already for you, if I come to you and I say, come to our platform and say, listen guys, okay, I've got a code for a 1 million stage. Just a stage. We're not talking accommodation, we're not talking marketing, we're not talking the whole the speakers that are coming, we're not speaking all the other things involved. But if someone is giving you a 1 million rand code for the stage, you already think.
You're already shaken.
Yeah, you're already thinking, what level of faith is this? You know.
Hey. You know, so, and that's just pressure. The budget of conference is pressure. Just to, because for us, it's also a fundraising process. You know? There isn't like a set amount. The process begins, hey, conference is coming, this is what it's going to cost. Let's start fundraising. Yeah. And already you're on a back foot because now you're in a race against time. Yeah. And that is already a lot of pressure in itself. True. And then, so I think in the long term, we need to also pray for God has to bless us as ministries. God has to bless us. God has to bless pastors. God has to bless churches. God has to bless His work. He has to bless His work so that we can do this thing on the level it should be done.
No, very true. I think
where I'd like to have conference. Not where I can. Because right now I'm doing it where I can, but where I want to is in Newtown in Fitzgerald Square.
No,
that's where I'd love to have conference.
It's the same thing. I come from an experience of music production and stuff.
If I was a millionaire today and I sowed a seed for your conference, where would you want to go?
If you gave me a seed of millions, I'll probably have gone to the Dome.
Sure.
And I would have created a week-long carnival.
My God.
A week-long experience of spirit life. So it's exactly what you say, that sometimes the budget really works on how far we can really do what we want to do. It's the same with music production. If you came and said, listen, Pastor Luna, I'll give you 3 million to do a DVD, I think probably I would not have been at the lyric theater. I would have been somewhere else. And I would have probably worked on a much bigger stage, much bigger lights, everything. So budget really does affect the things we can get to do in church.
The devil is a liar.
You know, and most of the people really underestimate. That's why I think sometimes when we do conferences and we really rally our members to partner with the church and really give, it is simply because there's a particular level of experience that we are trying to bring out.
Okay.
And budget allows us to bring that experience out. I mean, if you were to talk about smoke machine, you don't bring a smoke machine and buy rabashata. You must pay for that thing.
Exactly. And I've noted, for example, for us in the city of Johannesburg, our competition is not even churches. We're competing with festivals, we're competing with award shows, we're competing with the hip-hop community, the house community, the nightclubs. There are so many events, Fashion Week, SA Fashion Week, Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week, you got car shows at Nazareth, you got even Sexpo, we're competing. There are so many, the sales conference, the discovery conference, where you pay 15,000 rand for ticket, and it's always full, and it's always sold out. tell someone conference registration is 100 rand.
No, man, it feels like you've just told them bring your whole
You told them don't come.
your annual salary.
It's like you said don't come. So we really got a long way to go within the culture of church in South Africa, and we just have to keep believing God and keep pressing. And we know that in a very short period of time, we're going to be doing this thing on a bigger and greater scale.
Definitely. I mean, the one thing is to always push your vision ahead of where you are, and always aspire for where you're going, and not really to be caught up a lot with the things that we see. And I think that's what's important as well as we lead churches, as we lead growing churches. It's for us to constantly push the vision, push the future. And if you can pull some things from the future and bring it into the present, well, great. There are certain things you must pull from the future and bring into the present, even if it's in a small scale, but push those things and bring them in. If I'm the smoke machine is in the future, in actual fact. It's in the future, but we have to pull it in.
We have to pull it
the LED lights are in the future, but if I can pull in a little bit, two or so, three of them, let me pull them in.
You're gone. You're done.
And set up a picture of the future.
No, I agree. I totally agree, man. And in closing, I just want to say thank you for the great conference, for having us. It was a sweet anointing, and the renovations were incredible. And we're going to see like the videos of it or anytime soon. Yeah,
no, we're gonna post some of the stuff on our YouTube channel.
Okay.
And then I think people just keep watching, and then we'll let you know. But it's been incredible, man. It's been incredible. Awesome. It was incredible to have you there, and thank you for being a mega gift.
Yeah, we're mega, man. We're mega. Thank God. Thank everybody for tuning in. I hope you were blessed from all over the world. Pastor Kobe from Ghana, God bless you, my brother. Bishop Monte, Pastor Josh. Isn't she from Richard?
No, Chikoba. I think she is from. No, she's from Pulukwani.
Okay.
She goes to Pastor Holy Mike's church.
Oh, awesome. God bless you, Ru. Pastor Josh, God bless you. Pastor George Busena, Apostle Munya, Nadisa, God bless you all. Thank everybody for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe, share, double share, tag your friends, and especially tag your haters so they see how much God is blessing you. God bless you.
God bless you.